So in the last class we have seen about transducers. എന്താണ് transducers? Transducers are electronic devices which will be converting energy from one form to another form. Okay. So transducers are the devices which will be converting energy from one form to another form. So അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ലാസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇൻഡക്റ്റീവ് ട്രാൻസ്ഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് എന്താണെന്ന് കണ്ടു. Inductive transducers are the transducers works on the principle of inductance. So in this class we are going to see about capacitive transducers. So similarly, capacitive transducers are the transducers works on the principle of capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Okay. So in the case of capacitive transducers, അതിൻ്റെ capacitance vary ചെയ്യുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് energy from one form is converted to another form. Okay, so capacitor transducers are capacitors with variable capacitance. Here the capacitors will be having variable capacitance, and also it is used for measurement of displacement, pressure, etc. And it is passive type of transducer, and also it works on the principle of capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So this is the expression for capacitance, that is C capacitance will be equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r A by D. Okay, whereas epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space, which is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad per meter, where epsilon r is the absolute permittivity. Then C is the capacitance which is measured in farad, A is the area of the plates in meter square, and D is the distance between the two parallel plate or two metal plates. So this is the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Okay, so here the capacitance will be changing if the distance between the two plates are varying, or area of the two plates are varying, or the dielectric constant of the capacitance, dielectric constant of the material is varying. So based on these three, the capacitance will be varying here. Okay, that is written here. Capacitance can be changed by changing area of the plates, or the distance between the plates, or the dielectric constant epsilon 0 and epsilon r. Okay, epsilon r. Okay, so in the capacitor transducers, a physical parameters like displacement, pressure, അങ്ങനത്തെ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു physical parameters നമ്മൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇൻപുട്ടിൽ വന്ന് കൊടുക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അതിൻ്റെ capacitance will be changing based on change in any of these parameter, either area or distance or the dielectric constant. So a physical parameter like displacement, force, vibration, pressure, etc. in any process is applied to a capacitor transducer, then its capacitance will get changed either by variation of these parameters like area, distance, or the dielectric constants. And also the capacitance is measured in terms of output impedance, that is XC, capacitive inductance. The capacitance SC, which is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi Fc, where F is the frequency of the input signal and C is the capacitance in farad. So this is the capacitive reactance of that material. So Xc will be equal to 1 divided by 2 pi Fc. So how this capacitive transducers will work, അതായത് നമ്മൾ ഇൻപുട്ടിൽ ഒരു പ്രഷർ വേരിയേഷൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഡിസ്പ്ലേസ്മെന്റ് വേരിയേഷൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഫോഴ്സ് വേരിയേഷൻ, അത് നമ്മൾ ഈ കപ്പാസിറ്റീവ് ട്രാൻസ്ഡ്യൂസറിന്റെ ഇൻപുട്ടിൽ കൊടുക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അതിന്റെ കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസ് വിൽ ബി വേരിങ്. ഹൗ? either by variation happening in the area of the parallel plate capacitor, or changing the dielectric constant of that capacitor, or by changing the distance between the two plates of that capacitor. So the capacitance of that capacitor transducer will be changing. Based on that, we can measure the input, what all the input physical parameter we given. Okay, so the capacitance will be varying proportional to the what all the input parameters given. Input some displacement happens means proportional to that output will be also changing. Output capacitance will be also changing. Okay. So what are the advantages of capacitor transducers? One major advantage is that here in case of capacitor transducers, it is having high input impedance. So because of this high input impedance, sensitivity will be high. So based on that, the loading effect will be minimum in the case of capacitor transducer. And also it requires small force for operation. So it is useful for measurement of small displacement, pressure measurement, uh, etc. And also it is requiring less power only, and also it is giving a good frequency response curve. Okay. Also it is less affected by the stray magnetic fields. Now coming to the disadvantages of capacitor transducers, one major disadvantage is this one, that is it requires a good quality of isolation to protect from stray capacitance. To protect that metal part is there, na metal capacitor part. So to protect that from stray capacitance, a good quality isolation is required. And also sometimes this frequency response also will be affected by that loading effect, but anyhow loading effect is minimum in the case of this capacitor transducers. And also performance is also affected by the parameters like dust, temperature, moisture, vibrations, etc. And also for getting the output, it is requiring a bit complex circuit arrangements like bridges, amplifiers, for the measurement purpose. So these are the major disadvantages of capacitor transducers. And also different types of capacitor transducers are capacitive displacement transducer, capacitive thickness transducer, capacitive pressure transducer, capacitive level transducers, capacitive moisture transducers, capacitive hygrometer, capacitance microphone. So these are the different types of capacitive transducers. Okay. Coming to one of the capacitor transducer, that is capacitance pressure transducers. Okay. This is also working on the principle of capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, that is when the distance between the two I previously I have told that the capacitance C, which is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r A divided by D, that is capacitance can be varied by either by changing dielectric constant or by changing area of the capacitor plates or by changing the distance between the two capacitor plates. So in the case of capacitive pressure transducers, distance between the two parallel plates changes. So based on that distance D is changing, the capacitor of that parallel plate capacitance of the, this is not capacitor, it is capacitance, the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor changes. Okay. So this is the diagram of that capacitive pressure transducers. Here you can see two parallel plates are there. One is static plate which is fixed, and another plate is called as diaphragm. And this diaphragm, this metal plate will be um, having very less thickness. Okay, this metal plate will be having very less thickness, and another plate is there, that is static plate. In between this diaphragm and this static plate, there will be having dielectric medium. And also here you can see one insulated material is there, and also here one rear cavity is there. So this is the arrangement of capacitive pressure transducers. Okay, this is a pressure transducer. So what will be happening here? So initially the position of diaphragm is this one, that this dotted one is there, na? This is the position of diaphragm. So when a pressure is exerted here in this static diaphragm, the there will be variation in the position of that diaphragm. So it will be bending like this. Okay. So deflection will be happening in this diaphragm. So it will be coming out of its original position, and it will be coming like this, in this, like this. It will be having a deflection from original position. So here you can see the distance between the two parallel plate changes. So as the distance is changing here, it will be affecting the capacitance of these parallel plates. So ultimately whenever the pressure is applied here, deflection will be happening in this diaphragm. So based on that, the distance between the two parallel plates changes. So the capacitance changes. So what all the pressure exerted here in this input side, same proportional changes will be happening in the capacitance. Okay, so in capacitive transducer, diaphragm act as one of the plates of two plate capacitor while the other plate is fixed. I have told here both plates are separated by a dielectric material. Dielectric material is here. When force is applied to diaphragm, it changes its position. Due to this, distance separation between the two plates changes, and hence the capacitance also changes. Capacitance will be changing. Changing capacitance can be measured by using a AC bridge or oscillator circuit. Okay, by having this AC bridge or oscillator circuit, we can measure the change in capacitance. When capacitance changes, oscillator frequency changes accordingly. Okay, as the capacitance changes by the pressure inserted here, the oscillator frequency also changes. So in capacitive transducer, applied force can be measured in terms of change in capacitance. That is what I have told here. So this is the capacitive pressure transducer. Okay, now coming to capacitance type moisture transducer. Okay, here we will be having a capacitance probe. So it will be acting as a sensor. So based on the change in capacitance, the capacitance by using this capacitance probe, we can see the capacitance changed here. And here you can see this is a figure of that capacitant type moisture transducer. Here you can see electrodes is there, capacitor electrodes are there. So this will be acting as the parallel plate capacitor, and also a plastic insulation is made here. Insulation will be plastic, and probe you can see here, it is connected to this material. Okay, so this is the setup of capacitance type moisture transducers. So here the parallel plates will be this capacitor electrodes, which will be made up of stainless steel, and here you can see plastic insulation is there. So idana ee capacitor type moisture transducer setup. Okay, so based on the change in capacitance, it will be coming to the capacitance probe, and the capacitance probe, it is connected to some other circuit, AC circuit or bridge circuit or something, and based on that, what all the changes happening here, we will be getting a electrical signal in the output leads. Okay, so ഇവിടെ എന്താ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, ഇപ്പം ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ capacitor electrode. This is the capacitor electrode is there, and the insulation will be with the plastic. So a sample for which we have to find out the moisture, how much moisture content is there, it will be passed through this circuit. ഒരു മോയ്സ്ചറിന്റെ സാമ്പിൾ എടുത്തിട്ട് ഈ സർക്യൂട്ടിലൂടെ പാസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് വാട്ട് വിൽ ബി ഹാപ്പനിങ് ഹിയർ, പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഇൻസുലേഷൻ ഈസ് ദർ. സോ the moisture content will be changing the dielectric constant of this transducer. Okay, so moisture content ഇതിലോട്ട് പാസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതിന്റെ dielectric constant അത് ചേഞ്ച് ആവും. Initially it will be having a dielectric constant. So when the moisture is passing through this transducer, what will be happening? The dielectric constant here, it will be changing. So as the dielectric constant is changing, what will be happening? The capacitance of the parallel plate will be changing. So that change in capacitance will be recorded through this capacitance probe, and it is converted to electrical signal. So like that. So what all the moisture content passed here, that same proportional change ആണ് ഈ കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസിലും. എത്രത്തോളം മോയ്സ്ചർ കണ്ടന്റ് ഇതിലേക്ക് പാസ് ചെയ്തു, അതിന് കറസ്പോണ്ടിങ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രൊപ്പോർഷണൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ചേഞ്ച് ഇൻ കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസ് വിൽ ബി ഹാപ്പനിങ് ഹിയർ, ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് റെക്കോർഡഡ് ത്രൂ ദിസ് capacitance probe, and it is converted to electrical signal. So probe arrangement is inserted into a sample whose moisture is to be measured. Then the dielectric material is replaced by water content in moisture. Okay, dielectric material is there, it will be replaced by the moisture content, water content. Okay, so hence there will be change in capacitance. So dielectric constant will be changing, capacitance will be changing. Okay, the capacitance change will be proportional to moisture content present in the sample. So ആ സാമ്പിളിന്റെ മോയ്സ്ചർ കണ്ടന്റ് എത്രയാണ് അത്ര അതിന് പ്രൊപ്പോർഷണൽ ആയിട്ടായിരിക്കും കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസ് ചേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ടാവുക. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് ദ capacitance type moisture transducer. Okay, so next one is capacitance type hygrometer. So in case of capacitance type hygrometer, here what will be having two metallic cylinders are there, and it will be acting as a two parallel plate capacitor. രണ്ട് മെറ്റാലിക് സിലിണ്ടർ ഉണ്ട്, ആ മെറ്റാലിക് സിലിണ്ടർ ആയിരിക്കും രണ്ട് പാരലൽ പ്ലേറ്റ് കപ്പാസിറ്റർ ആയിട്ട് ആക്ട് ചെയ്യുക. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ഹിയർ വിൽ ബി ഹാവിംഗ് വൺ റെഫറൻസ് കപ്പാസിറ്റർ and other one will be the measuring capacitor. ഒരു capacitor will be reference capacitor and the other one will be the measuring capacitor. And also here also we will be measuring the moisture content in a sample. So that sample whose moisture content has to be measured will be passed through this measuring cell. ഈ ഒരു ഡിവൈസിലൂടെ നമ്മുടെ ഈ moisture sample പാസ് ചെയ്യും. So when we are passing this sample, what will be happening? One reference capacitor is there and measuring capacitor is there. So ഇവിടെയുള്ള കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസ് വേരി ചെയ്യും. ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ദാറ്റ് കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസ് വേരി ചെയ്യുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഈ റെഫറൻസ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും മെഷറിംഗ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഡിഫറൻസ് ദർ വിൽ ബി എ ആംപ്ലിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഡിഫറൻസ്. സോ ആ ആംപ്ലിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഡിഫറൻസ് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് സിഗ്നലായിട്ട് എടുക്കും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഈ മോയ്സ്ചറിന്റെ സാമ്പിൾ പാസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ആ സാമ്പിൾ പാസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഈ റെഫറൻസ് കപ്പാസിറ്റർ ഉണ്ട്, അതുപോലെ നമുക്കൊരു മെഷറിംഗ് കപ്പാസിറ്റർ ഉണ്ട്. ഈ റെഫറൻസ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും മെഷറിംഗ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഡിഫറൻസ് വിൽ ബി ചേഞ്ചിങ്. സോ that will be taken as amplitude of output signal. So the difference in amplitude is related to measured capacitance proportional to the moisture content in the sample. അതായത് ഈ റെഫറൻസ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും അതുപോലെ മെഷറിംഗ് കപ്പാസിറ്റർ ഉണ്ടല്ലേ, അത് തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു ഡിഫറൻസ്, ആ ഡിഫറൻസ് ആണ് നമുക്ക് ഔട്ട്പുട്ടിൽ ആംപ്ലിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഔട്ട്പുട്ടിൽ ആംപ്ലിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടുന്നത് ഈ റെഫറൻസ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും അതുപോലെ മെഷറിംഗ് കപ്പാസിറ്ററും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഡിഫറൻസ് ആണ്. ആ ഡിഫറൻസ് വിൽ ബി പ്രൊപ്പോർഷണൽ ടു ദ മോയ്സ്ചർ കണ്ടന്റ് ഇൻ ദ സാമ്പിൾ. ഓക്കെ, ദിസ് ഈസ് ദ കപ്പാസിറ്റൻസ് ടൈപ്പ് hygrometer. Okay, so next one is capacitance proximity transducer. Capacitance proximity transducer. So the main aim of the proximity transducer means it will be having a sensor. So this proximity transducer, capacitive proximity transducer, it will be having a sensor. Okay, you can see here one sensor is there. അപ്പോൾ ഇതുകൊണ്ടുള്ള മെയിൻ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഉപയോഗം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്നുള്ള ഡിറ്റക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ, വെദർ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി എ മെറ്റാലിക് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഓർ നോൺ മെറ്റാലിക് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ്. സോ by using this capacitive proximity transducer, we can detect a presence of metallic object or non-metallic object without touching that object. ആ ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിനെ ടച്ച് ചെയ്യാതെ തന്നെ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് നിയർ ബൈ ഉണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്നുള്ള പ്രസൻസ് ഓഫ് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് നിയർ ബൈ ഡിറ്റക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും നമുക്ക് ഈ കപ്പാസിറ്റി പ്രോക്സിമിറ്റി ട്രാൻസ്ഡ്യൂസർ. Okay, so this is the general figure of that capacitive proximity transducer. അതായത് ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് ഈ കപ്പാസിറ്റർ സെൻസർ ഉണ്ട്, ആ ഇത് വെച്ചിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് നമ്മൾ ഇലക്ട്രിക്കലി ഒരു ഓസിലേറ്ററോ എവിടെയെങ്കിലും കണക്ട് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് ദ പ്രോക്സിമിറ്റി ഡിവൈസ്. സോ വെനെവർ this proximity device is closer to the object, it will detect that object is present nearby. Otherwise, if nothing is there, it will be giving another signal that object is not present, like that. So this is the capacity proximity transducer. So the main purpose of capacity proximity transducer or sensor is to detect the presence of metallic object as well as non-metallic objects. So that is the major purpose of the capacity proximity transducer. And also capacity proximity sensor or transducer is having a sensing surface. It will be having a sensing, this is the sensing surface, and it is made up of two circular shaped metal electrodes which form parallel plates of the capacitor. Okay, it will be having inside that, it will be having two circular shaped metal electrodes. രണ്ട് മെറ്റൽ ഇലക്ട്രോഡ്സ് ഉണ്ട്, ആ രണ്ട് മെറ്റൽ ഇലക്ട്രോഡ്സ് which will act as parallel plates of the capacitor. Okay, and here what will be happening whenever a object is detected. Whenever nearby any object is detected, what will detected nearby this proximity sensor, what will be happening here? There will be electrostatic field. A electrostatic field will be generating here, which in turn changes the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. So whenever a object is present closer to this sensor, what a electrostatic field is present here, and based on that electrostatic field, the capacitance of that parallel plate capacitor will be changed. So this change in parallel plate capacitor is recorded by using a oscillator circuit or oscillator circuit, and it will be giving output whether the object is present nearby or not. Okay, so that is the basic working of this capacitive proximity transducer. So here you can see an object is there, and whenever an object is there nearby, you can see a electrostatic field is produced here. So here dielectric plate is there, and here one oscillator circuit, one Schmitt trigger circuit, then output is taken here. Okay, so what will be happening whenever a object is present nearby here, a electrostatic field is present here, and this based on this electrostatic field, the output of the sensor, it will be fed into a oscillator circuit. So whenever an object is present nearby, based on that electrostatic field, the oscillator will oscillate, and the output is taken by using a Schmitt trigger circuit, and the output is recorded here. So you can see here in this graph, whenever an object is not present, there will be no electrostatic field. Okay, so whenever an object is present nearby, there will be some electrostatic field. So based on that electrostatic field, the capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor changes. So that will be recorded by this oscillator. So whenever an object is present here, you can see the variation, the oscillation will be changing here. So whenever object is not present, there will be no oscillation, and whenever object is present here, you can see oscillations are there. As far as we are going closer to that object, the oscillations will be increasing. So whenever object is closer to this sensor, high change will be happening in capacitor, and whenever this object is little bit far away from this sensor, capacitance changes will be less. So like that only this capacitor proximity transducer will be working. So output taken from proximity sensor by using an oscillator and Schmitt trigger circuit, already explained. When the object is close to proximity sensor, the electrostatic field changes, which changes the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. Okay, and oscillator is connected to outside of the sensor. The oscillator starts to oscillate, and amplitude of oscillation is found out by a trigger circuit. Okay, so whenever object is moving away from proximity sensor, the magnitude of oscillation is minimum. Okay, whenever object is little bit far from proximity sensor, the magnitude of oscillation is minimum, which makes sensor output to no oscillations. So here change in capacitance from the sensor is proportional to the presence of object. Whenever object is present nearby, there will be high change in capacitance. Whenever object is present far away from the sensor, there will be little change in capacitance. So the sensing distance from proximity device and the object can be ranging from 3 millimeter to 25 millimeter. This is the sensing distance, and also operating range of sensing plates can be 5 millimeter to 127 millimeter. And also it can detect change in capacitance up to 0.02 picofarad. So it can detect change in that, even small change in capacitance up to 0.02 picofarad. So this is the capacitance proximity transducer. Okay, so with this we will be stopping today's class. Okay, if any doubt is there, please get back to me. Okay, thank you.